Hi everyone, my name is Russian Adam and today I would love to speak about my new future small release. First of all, I would love to apologize because it is not for everyone. And even if everyone would be urged to get it, there is not enough due to the nature of materials used. And we will speak about this in details in the future. I also would love to apologize because not everyone will be able to afford it. It is quite pricey. So what is it? It's called Pure Musk Parfum. It is based purely on natural, wild, ethically harvested Siberian deer musk. It comes in a tiny silicone containers. It weighs 1 gram and it costs $350. So we will speak about the pricing later on as well. Areej Doré, as you probably know, introduced Siberian musk into a modern perfumery. Since then we've seen many wonderful compositions featuring Siberian deer musk offered by different artisanal brands. I have a very deep and big love for this precious ingredient, and I tried my best to display it in compositions such as Siberian musk, Russian musk, musk love, etc. However, now I feel it is the right time to really show you what is, in my personal opinion, is absolute peak of musk perfumery. It is Pure Musk Parfum. So as I mentioned, it is a perfume, very unusual perfume, solid, or actually it is soft perfume based on musk grains. I used ancient technique in order to produce this composition. First of all, musk been dried. It takes several months, then it's been infused with a number of oils. In fact, with my most beloved precious oils such as highly aged Indian agarwood oils, cacao absolute, blue lotus absolute. And it can be used just as a fragrant material. It can be sniffed from a bottle. It already brings enormous pleasure and satisfaction. It can be dabbed on skin just as any other perfume or attar. It can be used on beard. In fact, beard is one of the best places to use it. It can be applied behind the ears, on your hairs, or you can use it as you like, really. This perfume will cost $350 per single gram. It's probably one of the most expensive perfumes in the world. And as you probably know, there are several perfumes that might claim to be the most expensive perfumes in the world. However, most of the time it is to do with the packaging, whether the bottle is made of gold and diamonds and whatnot. It's not actually the value of the juice itself. However, here I have a very simple silicone container. It costs less than $1 and all the value is inside. Let's speak about the pricing, right? So you might be wondering, like, how come $350 per gram? Okay, it's based on deer musk, but we could purchase deer musk online or whatnot and find it for like, it retails maybe $100 per gram or something. Yes, it is true. However, to source wild, ethically harvested, legal, authentic, and certified Siberian deer musk is not that easy. Then the process takes several months. The grains need to be dried. Once I dry my deer musk grains, they drop in weight like 3 times. So it's already becoming 3 times more expensive. Then I added very precious, expensive oils to it, which cost much more than $100 per gram. For instance, highly aged Indian agarwood oils, and so on. So this is the simple explanation of the value of materials involved in this composition. You know, you have your deer musk, it's sprinkled with the touches of ambergris, just a tiny amount, castoreum, and then all these precious oils. Here you go, it's quite simple. Just as I explained the value of my oud perfumes, we have Russian oud, where I utilized plantation agarwood oil, one of which I personally distilled. It was quite affordable. Then we have Chinese oud, where we used highly aged, wild, high quality agarwood oil, so the price went up and it is much more expensive. And here we have pure deer musk grains, vintage, very rare oils combined together. I would like to mention and share an interesting fact that me as a perfumer, as a distiller, as an artist, often have this sort of a conflict within myself. You know, one part of me is always trying to push the boundary in extreme, luxury, rarity direction, where I'm looking for the most expensive materials, the most rare, the most vintage, wild quinam, ambergris, musk, for sure, highly aged vintage materials and whatnot, trying to really create something that cannot be ever repeated again, and something as special as I can. Whereas other part of me always like, come on man, let's do something easygoing, let's make it more affordable, let's use more cheaper oils and try to create a picture that is still wonderful and can be enjoyed by larger number of people. Because it's not necessary always to use expensive ingredients in order to produce or create a wonderful perfume. You can use more affordable oils and really paint with them a marvelous picture, olfactory picture that will take people places and will deliver messages and wonderful emotions. It just needs a lot of effort. So I always try to balance between these two extremes. And in fact, since recently I've been like right in the middle. I did made some affordable perfumes, I did made some perfumes with the luxurious, expensive ingredients, and still they were not too expensive. However, this time, I guess, again, I'll have to apologize. I went extreme and I used this pure musk as a base, and it dictates the price. But I would love to promise you that we as a brand and me as an artist will not go into one direction. I am planning to go into many different directions. In fact, right now at the moment, new future collection is almost completed, and there I will introduce something very, very unique for my personal brand, and it will be very affordable. Even Luca Turin just recently tested our Chinese oud and he liked it. However, he commented that he was a bit upset due to a fact that the perfume, by the time he tried it, was already sold out and discontinued. And he said that, he commented that it's really getting on his nerves. Hype and rarity and exclusivity and limited editions and so on and so forth. And I can quite relate to that. However, unfortunately, this is always the case when it comes to rare, wild, vintage materials, nearly extinct materials. But it stimulates me, it stimulates me as an artist to produce and do something that can be repeated again and again. And I'm sincerely, I'm working on it, and I hope it will be accomplished very, very soon. I do not want to move in one direction. As I mentioned, I will be going into many different directions, and I will still continue to produce very expensive perfumes using quinam and other rare materials. However, I will also try my best to do more affordable perfumes, even with quinam, even with plantation quinam, so that more people can be able to afford it and enjoy it, and it can be produced again and again, so there's no craziness and people don't have to rush to buy it. They just can sample it quietly, decide whether they want to have it, and then have it. And if after 1, 2, 3 years they want to have it, they can have it again and it can smell the same. I truly wish that it can be accomplished, and I really working on it. So yeah, I always try to be kind of in the middle, and sincerely I apologize, this time I went extreme, and I made something that is so limited, is so expensive. But at the same time, the fact that not everybody will be able to afford it and it's not enough for everyone, not gonna stop me from releasing something that I truly love. Yes guys, here you have it. This time I went a bit extreme and I introduce you this pure musk perfume. And in my personal opinion, is absolute peak of musk perfumery. It cannot get more expensive than this, it cannot get more rich than this, it cannot get deeper than this, more concentrated than this, cannot be more luxurious than this, in my personal opinion. So do let me know what you think about it, and I always appreciate your feedback, your suggestions. Take care.